Kevin Costner was one of Hollywood's most sought-after and bankable performers at the height of his career, but the drawback of such prominence is that some of the numerous offers that are made ultimately aren't accepted. Few names in the business had quite as successful a run as Costner's at the time, though, with roles in films that were both critically and commercially successful, including JFK, The Bodyguard, Field of Dreams, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Silverado, The Untouchables, No Way Out, Bull Durham, and Field of Dreams. Nevertheless, Costner was the first option for two enormous roles that he ultimately turned down, only to produce far worse films as a result. Not only did he reject the Shawshank Redemption in favor of Waterworld, but he also had Air Force One written especially for him before giving it to Harrison Ford, who ultimately directed the terrible post-apocalyptic mess, The Postman. However, Costner also lost out on the opportunity to star in a classic film that won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, before he became well-known. Oliver Stone, the director, was eyeing him for the role of Sergeant Barnes in Platoon, which was eventually portrayed by Tom Berenger. However, he ultimately decided not to accept the offer. Concerning Platoon, Costner remarked, "It's the one role I regret not taking. My brother Dan, a Marine in Vietnam, objected to Vietnam War movies that depicted veterans as bald-headed men. That he returned, attended college, and started a family makes him quite proud. Platoon was accurate and authentic in actuality. However, my brother was with me in consciousness." In agreement with Entertainment Weekly, Stone stated that Costner passed on it, I believe, because his brother had been in Vietnam. Nevertheless, the director made it clear that he wasn't nearly as well known when the part of Barnes was being cast, bringing up Mickey Rourke as an additional possibility. At that point, they had changed from who they were. Because this movie had so many levels of time, there were others as well, he explained. Written in 1976, Sidney Lumet and Al Pacino nearly produced it at that time. Then, there was a time in 1984 when Emilio Estevez was truly going to play the role and Michael Cimino was going to produce. After building a body of work in the late 1980s and early 1990s that saw him ascend to the top of the A-list and win both a Best Picture and Best Director Oscar, after directing his passion project Dances with Wolves, Costner did just fine despite missing out on the Platon Ensemble's extraordinary performance.